In Greek mythology, Chiron was highly regarded as the most cultured, eldest and wisest of all the Centaurs, a Thessalian tribe of half horse and half human. Centaurs were generally not well-regarded figures in Greek mythology, but Chiron was very different from others of his kind. The Centaurs were largely portrayed as brutal, lustful creatures. Although they possessed great wisdom, they were more often shown abducting young women, and drinking in excess. Chiron, in contrast, as an intelligent and cultured centaur. He was mentor to the famous heroes and gods such as Asclepius, Ajax, Achilles, Theseus, Jason, Peleus, Perseus and even Hercules and Phoenix. While the other centaurs were the sons of the nymph Nephele, and the wicked king Ixion, Chiron came from a noble line. He was the son of the Titan Cronus, and Oceanid named Philyra. The story of Chiron begins when the Titan Cronus came to Earth to look for Zeus. In his journey, he came across an Oceanid called Philyra. Cronus fell obsessively in love with her, and wouldn't leave her alone. Troubled by this harassment, Philyra asked Zeus to turn her into a mare, so that the troublesome Titan would leave her alone. Cronus discovered the Oceanid's plans, and turned himself into a horse to try to possess her. Tormented by this situation, Philyra escaped and went into Mount Pelion. In that remote place, she gave birth to a son. As soon as she saw her child, she cried out in horror. Her son was half boy and half horse, and she rejected him immediately. Chiron was left abandoned beside the tree, but the god Apollo and goddess Athena took pity on him, and adopted him. Under their guidance, he grew up as a kind and wise being, interested in many different arts, but especially in medicine. He was very skilled in the healing arts, and soon became famous. The teachings of Apollo and Artemis ensured that Chiron was well versed in prophecy, astrological knowledge, healing and medicine, and soon Chiron was passing on his knowledge to others. Over the years, Chiron would pass on his knowledge to many of the most famous mortals of Greek mythology. Apollo placed his son Asclepius in the hands of Chiron. Peleus would present his son Achilles to Chiron for training, and the centaur helped to train him in the ways of the warrior. Companions of Achilles during the Trojan War, Patroclus and Phoenix were also said to have been trained by the centaur, as was another hero, Ajax the Greater. Other mortals occasionally named as being tutored by Chiron include Theseus, the Greek hero, Hercules, the demigod son of Zeus, Jason, Actaeon the Theban hero. The Chiron was accidentally wounded by Hercules, who was one of his great friends. The hero was fighting with other centaurs, and unintentionally shot one of his arrows at him, wounding him on the knee. One day Heracles visited Pholus, another wise centaur who had offered the hero hospitality. Pholus had welcomed Hercules to his cave, then opened a special bottle of wine, to wash down the food. The wine had been a present from Dionysus, and when opened, the aroma of the wine drifted over Mount Pelion, attracting all the other centaurs. These centaurs tried to enter Pholus' home, and Hercules was forced to drive him off, and used his bow and arrows. The arrows were dipped in the blood of the Lernaean Hydra, and many centaurs were killed. Chiron had been attracted to the cave of Pholus, rather than the wine, but when Hercules loosed off his arrows, one went through Centaur and struck Chiron. The centaur began to writhe in pain. Yet, he had been given immortality. Because of that, he could suffer but couldn't die. As a result of this, he begged the gods to help him take away his immortality, so that he could die and escape from so much suffering. The gods listened to him, and consented. Therefore, Chiron finally gave up his immortality to Prometheus, a titan who was saved from suffering by this significant gift. Because of his goodness and his exemplary life, the gods decided to turn him into a constellation, which we now know as Centaurus.